Hey YouTube, today we're reacting to Jaiden'S animation 2-player Nuzlocke. So a soul link that Jaiden has done with Alpharad. I really can't wait for this video. I really enjoyed the first Nuzlocke we watched, and yeah, I can't wait. So let's start.
You know the drill at this point. Pokemon faints, it dies, catch one Pokemon per route and nickname it to set up for emotional trauma. But this time we're doing something a bit different. A two-person Nuzlocke. It's technically called a soul link, but no one knows what that means. So basically you and person 2 play the same Pokemon game at the same time, following the same Nuzlocke rules. However, your Pokemon are linked, which means if my starter dies, player 2's starter also dies. And they can't do anything about it. Plus, we can only have one primary typing for both of our teams combined. So if I catch a water type and add it to my team, person 2 can't have a water type at all on theirs. And cherry on top.
Alright, so that's a very hard rule to apply. It's tough to build team, especially if you miss encounters early on. So yeah, that's tough.
All Pokemon are randomized. I can walk into the grass
That
at
makes
any
sense.
point and accidentally find God. And maybe he'll just kill all my animals right then and there. So with all these new rules in place, I needed to find a player 2. One who's a real Pokemon master, able to adapt, improvise, and strategize all at the drop of a hat. And who else other than Pokemon Master himself? Jacob Alpharad.
Alright, so we reacted to Alpharad's first Nuzlocke. Let's just say the skills are not on par with the entertainment aspect. He's a very funny guy. Great video. Not the best player, but you can see my reaction to his Nuzlocke on the channel.
Who at this point in time has a 50-50 Nuzlocke win ratio. Here's our Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Soul Link Nuzlocke. We both go downstairs, barely greet our mom, and immediately beeline it to Professor Elm's lab to see what Pokemon he's got for us, because we don't know. They're random.
Right away, I can tell you the animations are great. Again, Jaiden can't miss. The videos are always good.
What I just said. We stroll up to him and he pats Jacob on the head and goes, "Here, choose from these 3. I picked them specially for you. Torterra, Tentacruel, or Ludicolo."
Oh, so 3 really good choices. Since it's randomized, you can't really take for granted that you're gonna get water types. So I would say probably Tentacruel's a good choice. Torterra's not bad. The only problem, since it's randomized, you could face an ice type early on, and that will be a problem. I would say it's probably between Tentacruel and Torterra at this point.
Alright, what do I get? Why not Mankey Ariados?
Mankey Ariados, why not? Okay, that's tough. Not as good. It's definitely not why not. Can't attack, really bad. Ariados not bad. Limited move pool a little bit, not great stats, but at least it's an evolved form. I'd say between Ariados and Mankey, I would probably go Ariados.
Awesome. Jacob takes Torterra and I take Mankey, and we name them Franklin. On our way to talk to Mr.
Yep,
Pokemon,
that makes sense.
Jacob runs into a Regirock in a random patch of grass, which just flat out explodes on him. No one died, luckily, but also, oh my god, we get an
That's good game knowledge to know that all the Regis can explode early on.
egg, and immediately Professor Elm calls and tells us he's been robbed and bullied. You really couldn't handle being alone for 10 minutes, could you? On our way back to help a grown adult, we stumble onto a shady figure who scoffs, challenges us to a battle with Pokemon he stole from Elm, which we immediately win. Scoffs again, then drops his wallet, passport, credit card, driver's license, social security, Target gift card on the ground in front of us. For the world to see. Dude, get your craps together. You can't be doing that when you're a wanted fugitive. Back in the lab, Elm is crying on the floor as the police and our neighbor are trying to comfort him, and the police asks us if we saw anyone suspicious. Yes, we saw his info. Now here we get to name our rival. Jacob and I try to think of someone that we both shared some sort of rivalry with. When we remembered a certain professional Pokemon Nuzlocker has been consistently reacting and critiquing our
So that would be Jan. The former best Nuzlocker in the world.
Nuzlocke so far. Some of his comments were more critical than others. Directed at one of us more than the other. Mr. Policeman, his name is Jan.
Yeah, but
Jan.
yeah.
Let's see if you can destroy us from the inside out. Anyway, our neighbor takes us out to some grass to show us how to catch a Pokemon, runs into Articuno,
Ooh.
catches it in a Pokeball in the green, and turns to us and goes, see, just like that. They give us some Pokeballs and we can finally start our journey. We both run around in the grass.
Alright,
and
let's
our first
see.
encounters are Barboach and Houndoom.
Not bad, actually. Barboach is really not that
This would have
bad.
been awesome for Jacob if he could catch the dang thing. Since we only had Pokeballs, Houndoom was not getting the ball no matter what. And
Yeah.
we ended up not getting that pair. But you know, it's
So that's something that is going to happen if you do Soul Link. You'll run into Pokemon that you can't catch just because you're early in the game. You have only access to Pokeballs, and maybe it's a legendary or something very strong. You have to make the decision: do you want to try and catch it and have a very strong team member, or maybe you don't catch it and just keep your balls, keep your money, and try your luck somewhere else.
alright. There's plenty more encounters like Hoppip Farfetch'd
That's not
that Jacob
Bad.
accidentally
Oh.
kills. Or Geodude Gyarados
that's great.
that Jacob accidentally kills.
Oh.
Or Tyro Charizard
That's extremely good.
that Jacob accidentally kills.
All right. At this point, Jacob Alpharad is ruining the party.
Hey, why do I get this? And Jacob gets all this. And why do you keep killing him, Jacob? But finally, in the Ruins of Elf, we managed to catch a new pair. Sandslash, Camerupt. Not bad at all.
Great.
We tried to name them Michael, but both misspell it, so welcome to the team, Michels. Then on Route 32, we catch Totodile Beedrill, which is also pretty good.
Totodile is extremely strong. Beedrill is underrated, especially early game. In a randomized Nuzlocke, it's tough to say whether or not it's going to be that strong. Even though they're still early game, you could face late game Pokemon in early games level, so it's tough to say. I would say early game Beedrill is better than Totodile, but late game Totodile is definitely a lot stronger.
Mainly for just me. We started combining the two Pokemon to create their names, so we ended up somehow with Bedrodo. We ran into a trainer who had a frickin' Palkia on his team. Fun fact, did you know if you Google Palkia type weakness, Google will tell you that he's weak to Fairy
Wait,
and Salamence?
wait, is that real? Salamence type weakness. No, it doesn't say that. Oh no, it's Palkia. Wait. Palkia. Yeah, it doesn't say that. Sadly enough.
Dragons, just Salamence. So Jacob and I started joking around every time we saw a Palkia. Oh no, if only I had a Salamence. Uh-oh, don't have a Salamence over here. It was kind of strange how many Palkias we ran into, but that didn't stop us from bullying every single one. So we take on Faulkner, the first gym leader, who has Kyogre Bronzor and Metagross Dragon.
Metagross and Kyogre. So that's something that might happen in a randomized run. You just face the toughest Pokemon right off the bat, and then as the game progresses, it gets easier and easier.
Oh my god. After a lot of difficulty, we both managed to beat him with no casualties. I don't know how that happened, but hey, everyone's alright. Oh, he's gonna take himself out. Oh my god! How about some encounters to lighten the mood? Oh, hello, Shuckle Suicune. That Jacob accidentally kills. In Azalea Town, we challenged Bugsy, who luckily wasn't as stacked as Falk.
So to be fair, your likelihood of catching a Suicune is pretty low, so you might as well kill it.
And as we step outside, Jan, who is surprised we haven't been demolished yet, yeah, I'm surprised too, challenges us to a battle, which we also win. We run into Mawile Deoxys in the forest, who someone accidentally kills, and make our way to Goldenrod, where there's a security guard that'll give us both a Pokemon. He hands me a Porygon 2, which I'm ecstatic about.
Porygon's strong.
To Jacob, and gives him Regigigas, which we can't use because they're both normal types. Of all the legends you had to get, of course you get the only...
That's right, because of the type clause. Yeah,
normal type besides actual God. We beat Whitney and in the national park find Piplup Flaffy, which we named Plap. I pitched to Jacob that I'm willing to trade the Bedrotas to make room for this new pair, so he essentially switches Beedrill with Flaffy, which we shake on. Welcome to the team, Plaps.
I think, yeah, that's probably a good plan. Ampharos is better than Beedrill, especially as the game progresses. And Piplup will evolve into an steel and water type, and steel grants a lot of resistance. So, yeah, great move.
And then my Plap immediately almost gets killed.
Jaiden.
That's tough.
I'll fix it. Sorry, my bad. We find Dragonair Shuppet, which is an actually insane pair we could use right away. But, yeah, I ended up killing that one. Look, I'm sorry, Jacob. It is harder than it looks to catch these things. We pour water on the strange trees on Route 36 that actually turn out to be Cradily Silcoon. We kind of named them Dilly-Doo and could have added them to the team as death fodder, but we ended up forgetting to, which is...
Alright, Cradily is not bad, actually. Silcoon's not great.
Pretty silly mistake, but what's the worst that could happen? Who needs death fodder in a Nuzlocke? Jacob and I make it to Ekritik and walk into the burned tower. As we are about to go down there, Jan runs up and is like, "You're only trying to catch Suicune to make yourselves look stronger than you actually are." And we're like, "No, we killed him a while ago." But he still wanted to battle, probably to show off the Mew he somehow found. We beat him yet again, go downstairs, scare off the dogs, and go challenge Morty. Jacob didn't have any trouble for the team Morty had for him. But for me, I was having a bit of a harder time because he had a Lugia.
Oh, and Lugia's super tanky.
Which neither me nor my team could even handle. All I could do was bubble beam it with Plap and pray I don't get crit one-shot as Jacob just sits there watching. But it ended up working out. We arrive in Olivine and climb the giant lighthouse, almost falling to our literal death along the way. Reach Jasmine at the top, who's like, "Climb back down and go get medicine for Amphi and Cianwood." And we were like, we almost died getting here. Surfing to Cianwood, we encountered...
For some reason, I'm like 95% sure that's exactly how she would sound.
Obama Snow Pupitar. And I know
Insane
what you're thinking.
pair.
Yeah, we did catch them.
Yeah.
Obamatar joined the team
You always got to be careful for Ale, but other than that, it's an insane pair.
immediately, and suddenly we've got a pretty powerful lineup going on.
Yep.
Also, a random guy in town gifted us a Mewtwo and Weeping Bell. Finally, I'm the one with the legend now.
Yeah.
But we had to box him because we couldn't have two grass types. All of this sudden shared luck.
Yeah. Maybe you should use Mewtwo at this point and box the other pair. But it depends.
Combined with our 0-death win streak got us feeling pretty confident, which naturally means it's time to get kicked in the throat, specifically by a black belt martial artist. Gym leader Chuck was indescribably tough in the most bullcrap way possible. For me, Jacob had no trouble at all because he's Jacob. He had a Kendra, which I brought Obamatar out for. Nothing else on my team could really do anything against it. The main drawback of this is Obamatar's Snow Warning ability, which creates hail, damaging every Pokemon, including my own, that's not an ice type, which is pretty inconvenient in a Nuzlocke. I even made a teeny tiny comment about it when I first got him. I'm gonna call it Snow's gonna kill one of my Pokemon. Kingdra goes down, and Chuck's only other Pokemon, he's only got two, is Frostlass, who, if you don't know, has Snowcloak. Snowcloak makes the Pokemon 20% harder to hit if there's hail. You want to know how many Pokemon in Gen 4 have this ability? 5. 3 of which being Mamoswine. You want to know how many Pokemon there are in Heart Gold, Soul Silver? 493. Now, I know these odds sound pretty awful already, but you know what this Frostlass does? She uses Ominous Wind. Ominous Wind has a 10% chance to boost every single stat of the user. She gets the stat boost twice in a row.
Okay, so that's disgusting. Yeah, that's extremely disgusting and unlucky. That can happen to anybody.
After a lot of strategizing, we both decided the best option for us would be to send in Michel as death fodder to heal up Plap, because he's the only one that can really do anything at this point. And what happens? Please don't get another stat boost.
He's good. He's so good.
No.
Oh, wow.
My Frostlass crit one-shots Michel as soon as he comes out. Our first deaths. Poor Camerupt, he was so proud for making it out of Jack's gym and then just falls over dead for no reason. I got Plap healed up and basically started heal stalling, which, sure, isn't a noble strategy, but come on.
I
After
love the
literally
animation.
struggling against my own bad luck for what felt like hours, finally, Frostlass goes down. Finally.
Wait, is that their box? Deflosion. That's great box. Mammalswin, Regigigas, Jolteon. That's an insane box.
Holy shit. Jacob practically drags me out of the gym and we head to the BC. We decided to add a pair we caught back on Route 35, which was Charmeleon Donphan named
Oh.
Darfell.
That's a great pair. Just gotta be careful with rock types against Charizard if you get him to evolve. But Donphan is super tanky, great pivot, insane pair.
Fantastic duo. I was admittedly, and I think justifiably, still really salty about what we just went through, but Jacob convinced me that we should just move on. We got our Darfells leveled up and returned to Olivine to feed Amphi the medicine that we picked up so Jasmine would finally do her job. And check this out.
Already.
Oh,
done.
again?
You're right.
Oh, and
my
Azurill?
God.
Yeah.
Look at our two screens real quick.
Nah, it's alright. She also had a Geoxys. We headed to Mahogany Town, catching and adding Nidoran and Bibarel named Beryl to the team. And in the Lake of Rage, Jacob
Not
got a
bad.
Kyogre paired with my Swalot. We never used this pair, but I just wanted
Wait, you caught it? That's lucky.
to mention it for reasons. We approach the glistening shadow of the lake beast, activate the encounter, and find a shiny Banerian Donphan.
Another Donphan?
Not,
That's
you know,
funny.
the best, but hey, free shiny Pokemon. Doesn't hurt to Oop, I killed it.
Oh.
That's, again, my bad. Sorry. Lance walks up to us and goes, "Hi, I'm Lance." Grabs us by the wrist, kicks down the door to the Mahogany Town 7-Eleven, kills one of the guys in there, and runs into the rocket hideout where he continues to wipe out any living organism he finds down there. Classic Lance. We decided to copy him and beat up all the executives and their power generator. Right before we fly to Goldenrod, we pick up the 7th badge and then continue curb stomping Team Rocket. We were getting a bit too comfy though, and as Jacob wasn't paying attention, mainly because he just got a chicken sandwich, Obamatar was killed by a Golem's earthquake. Oh no. That was a really bad blow and stung much more because we weren't paying attention. But we did have to move on, especially since we were literally in the middle of a gang fight. We shoved our way to Rocket Executive and Big Boss Archer and give him a bit of a throat chop so he would calm down and stop doing whatever it is he was doing. And everyone is saved. On our way to Blackthorn, we catch Frostlass Corefish, which put me into a vengeful trauma spiral.
Not bad.
You. And then Jacob caught himself both a Suicune and an Azelf.
Not.
We arrived and took on
what?
Claire, who led with a Mewtwo against me, which at this point I shouldn't even be.
Alright, so Jacob has insane catch luck. To get the Kyogre, the Suicune, that's
surprised.
insane.
But all the rest of our team was pretty much a pushover for both of us. Claire's a bad sport and refused to think we were good trainers, so we talked to the old man behind the gym and he's like, "So do you beat your Pokemon?" And we were like, "No." And he's like, "Awesome. Claire, give him the stupid badge." What? So now we can head to the Elite Four. Hey guys, I think you should go fight a horde of Asian women in Ecruteak. So we enter
Oh,
the
yeah, that's
Ecruteak
right.
Theater and start fighting the women, and the second girl for me sends out Ambipom. As I switched to Franklin, it screeched, which I didn't pay attention to, and
Alright.
Ambipom double hit killed Franklin. Our starters died.
Oh, that's the story there. It's that's bad. You gotta pay attention to status moves. That's just sad.
Dude, that was really sad. We were about to make it to the Elite Four with them, and bam. Not alive anymore. They were with us through everything, pretty much the backbone to our teams. Man, Jan's gonna make so much fun of us when he finds out. As we're still mourning, the last kimono girl rest spams with Wailord. "Do you have any dignity, woman? We're lamenting over here." We try to leave and the girls are all, "No, no, go catch the legendary Pokemon." He's already got 3. So I head to Whirl Islands and Jacob scales the bell tower. And what legends do we find? The legendary Zangoose and Loudred.
Can't
Finally,
use.
we have some freedom again. And as
That's,
soon as we touch the water
the
and move on to
typing
head
clause.
to Victory Road, what pops up from the bottom of the lake but Entei himself and Doduo? Oh my god! Hello, Dode. That's going in the box because fire types. We catch Cascoon Regirock in Victory Road and heading towards the
The dude's luck is insane. So to catch a Regirock means it didn't explode. I don't think, maybe at this level it doesn't have it anymore. But that's insane, the catch rate.
exit. Jan sprints up from behind us and I iconically say, "This is your last chance to kill one of our Pokemon, Jan." And
Don't
what
say
happens?
that. Don't. Oh,
Oh
counter.
my god.
Please.
What happened? Oh. That's not great.
Oh,
That's not
killed
great.
one of our Pokemon. Yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. Darfell was an incredible pair we've had since the 5th gym, and we really grew to lean on. We lost quite literally half our team right before the Elite Four. We beat Jan for the last time, enter the Indigo Plateau, and immediately bolt to the PC to see what kind of damage control we can do. After a very long time of trying to stitch together the best teams possible, we ended up with this. Ampharos and Polion,
Wait.
Bibarel,
Let's see.
the best teams possible. We ended up with this.
Great. Yeah, that's super strong.
Ampharos and Polion, Bibarel,
That's not actually bad. I wonder where you get the Moonstone though. But that's a super good pair.
Nidoqueen, Beautifly Cradle,
Not bad. Beautifly can support with good moves. Yeah, that works.
Dodrio, Entei, and
Super
Victory
strong.
Bell Mewtwo.
Dude, these are fire team.
I know. Wow, Jaden, super balanced. You've got Mewtwo and Entei, and Jacob has a Beautifly. Look, this is the best we could do, I promise. Tell him, Jacob, tell him. Anyway, big deep breath. Here we go into the unknown depths of the Elite Four. Will, Coda, and Bruno were all no problem at
When I do randomized run, it's always the same thing. I get to the Elite Four and they have like weakest team that I just stomp. That's always the case. So I wouldn't be surprised if all they fight is like Opip and Wooper and stuff like that.
all. We breezed right past them. Everything was going great.
This is fine.
It's done.
Double it. Oh, that was a crit.
It's fine. I win these.
On the other hand, Karen was not as nice.
No, I just mean,
Ooh,
like,
the
this
Entei.
charge move.
Crush Chop, yeah.
He just did
That's
crush
gonna
chop
crit.
instead. It's fine. I was safe to fly him. I'm just paranoid. Oh my god. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Oh my god.
Oh no. Guys, we're so sorry we got you killed in the first, 15 minutes of having you. We ended up getting out of the battle with no more casualties, but facing Lance with a team of 4 each is really not ideal, to say the least. But we walked up to him nonetheless. Whether we win or lose here, this is our last battle. He leads with Fiona and Ledian, which we were both like, ha
Yeah,
ha ha,
that's not
Lance,
bad.
is this all you've got? And then he hits us with the no. Jacob was up against his Porygon Z,
Oh.
Rampardos, Licky Licky, Zapdos,
Ooh,
and Plusle. And even
Yeah.
though it's a pretty stacked team, he was holding his own and getting through them really well. On my end, I was dealing with a Giga-impacting Snorlax, which I really had nothing for. I just had to pray for no crits and as many misses as possible. It goes down eventually, and what does he send out next?
oh
Palkia.
yeah, of course.
Oh,
How poetic.
I could really use a Salamence right about now. This is what we get. We bullied Palkia so much during our journey here. Looking at my team, I don't have anything that can handle Palkia either, except for Mewtwo. And what happens? He gets Spatial Rend crit one-shot turn 1.
Lol.
I am in a lot of trouble. I took so much time getting past Snorlax that Jacob was already done with his battle, so all he could do was
Wait.
watch this massacre from the sidelines.
Let's
I sent
see.
out Dilly-Doo to confuse stall him and just try to chip away
That's
at
not
him
bad.
with basically nothing. And my god was I lucky, because if Palkia hit one more crit at any point, Dilly-Doo and the run was over. And I was forced to dance on that line for a long time. But eventually, Dilly-Doo lands the finishing blow. I was so proud. The pair that we caught so early on
that's not
and deemed as
bad.
death fodder was the one saving us. We're so sorry for doubting you, Dilly-Doo. Thank you for sticking by us and not dying. But that was only half of Lance's team, might I remind
Ooh.
you. Plap took out his Sand Slash, which stunk. But Bastiodon came out,
Not
tanked
bad.
Plap's Surf, and killed him with Metal Burst.
Oh.
I was in shock with that one. That was our second oldest pair. Ever since our Franklins died, Jacob and I both started seeing the Plaps as our star members. Beryl came out and revenge finished the Bastiodon, and Lance's last Pokemon was big ol' hard-hitting, tanky freaking Azumarill. I sent Dilly-Doo back out because Beryl would die immediately and started the chipping game again. If that wasn't bad enough, Azumarill set up the rain and an Aqua Ring for itself, which turned this fight from, to, this awful one-on-one lasted 10 whole minutes. I slap him, he slaps back, much harder, and then heals, and then I heal. Eventually, Dilly-Doo wins the stalling battle, and Azumarill goes down. In an unpredictable turn of events, Dilly-Doo saved us from utter defeat. What an adventure we just went on. Insane encounters, insane bullcrap, friends, death, bullying, and the Dilly-Doos. Thanks for going on this journey with me, Jacob. I quite literally
Damn, both of them got guns.
couldn't have done it without you. And a salute to the buddies we made along the way. Except you.
Not a lot to comment on in terms of plays and thinking since everything's randomized, but both of them seems to have improved, I would say. Insanely good video again. Jaiden doesn't miss. Great video. And yeah, I'm very impressed. I think both of them improved quite a bit. Good thinking on most of the fights, and yeah, it was just a great video overall. I hope they do another one. I would say don't do a randomized one. I'd be curious to be a lot more of thinking and maybe analysis to be done, but yeah, other than that, I would not much to say right here. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, let me know in the comment section, and give me ideas. Who should I react next? I was thinking reacting to Yan, so Pokemon challenges. Let's see if he really is the best. I know he says it a lot in his intros, probably the best, most likely not. So we could take a look at his stuff. Alright, so like I said, see you again in the future. Hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.